I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. Negativity, jealousy, and envy when I pray, I place up a fire. Negativity, jealousy, and envy when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. Iniquity, sorcery. I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. Negativity, jealousy, and envy when I pray, I place up a fire. Negativity, jealousy, and envy when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. Iniquity, sorcery, hypocrisy when I pray, I place up a fire. Iniquity, sorcery, hypocrisy when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, and when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. And it I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. Covetousness, greed, and selfish. And when I pray, I place up a fire. Covetousness, greed, and selfish. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. And when I pray, I place up a fire. 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 Don't know when my life on earth will end, and the struggle still stands. When I sin, I come running back to my own source of hope. I forsake your holy ground, and presumptuously I acted. More and more I do the wrong, but I am sorry, Lord. I surrender everything. No other one can ease my pain. I look to you, Lord. I know you feel it too. Take me through. Time and time you fought for me. You shed your blood on Calvary. Lord, wrap me in your arms and never let go. I surrender.
Tune in to Positive Radio 106.9 on the FM band. Mount Vernon, Yonkers, New Russia, the Bronx. Positive Radio is not a religious radio. We deal with positive around here, no negative. Keep it locked.
Without you, you give me strength to go on. Now I'm walking in your truth right now.
Want to say a pleasant good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are locked and listening from. Good afternoon. I hear Facebook is having no lives all day, it seems. So Facebook seems to be down. And let me get my co-host in right away. We're not wasting any time because we perceive that this is going to be a hot one. Let me get her up in there. Rosie, are you there?
I am very much here.
Awesome.
Right, I was just
I like
fixing my camera.
closer than a
So,
brother. My Jesus is to me.
amen. He's our dearest
He's
friend
our
and
dearest
everything.
in everything we need. There we go. There we go. There we go. Wow. How are you, my friend? How are you?
Well, I am truly blessed and honored to be here. I tell people all the time, this is my tagline. I am on the wake up list, and from I'm on the wake up list, I'm good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And I can say the same for myself. I want to greet everyone in the mighty name of Jesus. Natalie Me Young is on YouTube. I guess it's YouTube is where it's at today. And also the website for those of you. I'm going to share the website link in a minute. For those of you who are, you can also interact via the website at www.positiveradio.com. I also want to say good afternoon to those who are locked and listening via the dial of 106.9, broadcasting in the airwaves in the Boogie Down Bronx, in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, Pelham, and those areas. And sometimes you can get us across the bridge in Queens. So I want to say good afternoon to every one of you, and we're perceiving to have a great show tonight. The topic is right up there, bubbling, 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 and we're not going to waste much time. So we're calling all the single ladies, and if you
All the single ladies.
yes, call in the thing, yeah, and if you know any single persons and you want to interact, I received one voice note already. um I will address that. And if you are shy, if any of you are shy and
Yeah.
you do not want to be identified, you can also send a WhatsApp message, and we will play it on air because we understand the dynamics of this, and sometimes it can be sticky for some people, right? But
Yes,
you know,
yes.
while I was thinking about this, Rosie, I was saying, but me and Rosie married, oh, we are going to talk about single issues.
No, but we were one single, don't. And the thing about it, we may be one single, but single in the church is a total different kettle of fish.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's what we're gonna talk about. So I'm gonna just leave it up to you to introduce, set up the platform, lay the bricks, put in the steel, and me we're going to mix up the mortar in the meantime. And then when our time for pour, all you have to do is say pour Auntie Donna pour. All right. So ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. I introduce to you none other than the one and only the songbird herself, Rosie B out of
Many
Yard.
places.
That's why I say yard. That's why I say yeah. You know, so
Yes, yes, pleasant afternoon, pleasant morning, pleasant night, wherever you're listening from across the world and whatever platform you're listening from. Also, big up, big up. Enough respect to each and every one. After bringing little of the Creole, because we are Jamaicans, but we might be overseas, but much love and respect, and thank you for being here. So tonight, it's a very touchy topic, a very real topic, but Auntie Donna maybe know me. And for persons who really knows me, know that I'm a real person. And when I say real, I mean I just speak the thing as is,
yeah.
you know. And this is one of the topics that people are afraid to touch. I mean, to speak about it publicly.
Mhm.
So one of the things that really triggered the topic, I would have seen in recent times a lot of Christian women, young and old, older, I won't call anybody old, an older woman, are saying that there aren't enough men in the church,
Mhm.
which I can agree with.
Mhm.
Because when you look in our churches, let me tell you the topic before I even go any further.
Mhm.
How does the shortage of men in our churches affect single women who aspire to get married? And what are some of the challenges and implications faced as a result of this man shortage?
Yes.
So, we always hear the term man short, but I would not say, in a general term now, I would not say it's man shot. I think it's good men that are shot.
Mm-hmm.
Good men. Because a good woman or a decent woman wouldn't want to take up any man,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa.
Sure.
But when it comes on to the church itself, the body of Christ
Yeah.
itself, it's a different scenario because when you look in our churches, you find 90% women, 10% men.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the harsh reality. And I always say, out of that 10%, how many are marriage material?
It's an epidemic,
So,
I tell you.
yes, and we have to call it what it is.
Yeah.
So, how it's good when you're single and you choose to be single because there are persons who choose to be single, and nothing is wrong with that. But what about those persons who come in church and really would love to settle down and get married?
Mm-hmm.
No, man. What do you tell them? Yes, we can all quote scriptures and say, wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Nothing is wrong with that because the truth is, we can't leave God out of anything we are doing. Even if you're going to get married, you have to seek the Lord in directing you. Nothing is wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But where are the men?
Mm-hmm.
That is the question. And you want to get married, what are the challenges that you face? We want to hear from you. As I said, a lot of persons may not want to talk about it and be real about it,
Mm-hmm.
but we see how best we can um speak so that you can open up. It's a very serious topic because
It's sure, and
you
it's
know
it's
yes,
very
the,
extensive
it
because we're not
is.
only dealing with just the women who are single in the church. We're also dealing with men who don't want to go to church. Um,
Yes,
right? Are men who are afraid to go to church because they know the ratio. They know that more women in the church, and for some men that is a trigger. When you go one place and see well, a woman, like a puppy,
yes, everybody hungry. It's
everybody, yes,
true, it's true.
and then all of the women like, you know.
Yes, yes.
so it's very.
No, you're talking like it's a joke, Auntie Dana, but it's
I'm
true.
not joking. I
If a
just start a
strange
laugh.
man,
Yeah.
for example, goes into a church, you'd be surprised to see, just observe what happens. What if it's a look good man? Uh,
Hey, let me tell you something. When I recognized that this was really happening, when years ago in a church, and I saw this girl, and she was like, the drummer a look pan her, or the drummer just a look pan her, and she a wonder if she can get him. And in my mind, but you come here so you get a closer relationship with Jesus. What you look pan the drummer for? If you a look pan him a go look pan you. That not necessarily means they want you. But I tell you, the
you're
desperation
human.
of the church is insane.
You're human. And let me tell you, the problem with us in Christendom, we spiritualize everything. To an extent as if you're not human. There's not flesh and blood run through you. It's
Gotcha.
flesh and blood run through you and
Yes.
run through me. So the human side of you is gonna always want to react. And the fact of the matter is that I remember when I went in church, I was a young woman.
Mhm.
I had my boyfriend. Lord have mercy, but I have a testimony about that. Can I tell you?
Testify.
Mighty God of
You have
Daniel.
to testify to warm them up, because they're sitting there, and they're listening.
Yes.
Them just a wait for the right
No, no,
moment.
let me tell you the realities. As I said, nobody can hold anything against me because it's me tell you.
Come on,
So
then.
it's neither here or there. But
There
I'm
was,
telling you, these things happen.
yeah.
So when I just went in church, I was in my early 20s. I had my boyfriend. I'm a good up boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Auntie
Mm-hmm.
Donna, me good save. Me washed and sanctified.
And it's speaking of tongues.
Speaking of tongues, holy, yeah, prayer and fasting. And I remember when I just got saved, When my boyfriend found out,
Good
and
afternoon,
we
Donna
discussed
Laughter.
it
I'm
and
gonna
things.
greet them once they recognize that we are on YouTube only. So good afternoon, Donna Laughter. Laughter. Good afternoon. Yeah, Rosie. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man, no problem. So I decided in my mind that I am going to do it one more time with my boyfriend before me settle in. I'm telling you, I, Rosie, planned it in my mind. Nobody knew about it. And Auntie Donna, that's why I tell people don't play with God.
Come
Do
on.
not play with Him. The night I planned it, I said, all right, this is the time I'm going to go wherever. I'm going to link up and I'm going to do my thing one last time. My grandaunt, may God rest her soul, is one of those church mothers. One of those church mothers. And when who no country know about night dew heavy in the mornings. You can't full bucket. When the water dripping off the banana leaf and cocoa leaf, it's heavy.
Mhm.
And my aunt walked through the bush to come to my house 5 o'clock the morning. And when she knocked on the door, I thought it was somebody died. Cause it's only when people dead at that hours you come call and inform everybody.
Mhm.
And when I opened the door, Auntie Donna, my mother opened the door and, because we're waiting now to hear the news, why you here so early before day. Me only hear my auntie start chant, it rang, in a right, in a right. Auntie Donna, I knew it was me. I knew it was me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I am saying that to say things happen and you're human. Even though I was sweetly saved, I was human.
Yeah.
And a lot of us do things, do things literally and hiding it. Nobody knows. You understand me? And this is a position that a lot of young women
Find
in the church find themselves in.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So it
tell
takes a whole heap of God. It takes a whole
you,
heap of God and
none
that commitment.
none of us are perfect. Good
No.
afternoon, Natalie Jackson. And I remember when I had the calling upon my life, Kamisha Walters. I remember when I was in a particular relationship and most of the relationship was not good. God intervened and I find myself in church baptized, right? And now
Mhm.
I'm baptized now and I'm a single person at this point, and you start to wonder, is this it? But I had purposely in my mind made up that I was not going to get into a relationship, Rosie, if the person do not marry me. I was serious, and I think I've shared it here before. I was serious. And so, they always said the serpent show up before the savior,
Mhm.
you know. So I was tempted to roll back the curtain and go down memory lane while I was in church. But thank God that I was saved good. You know what I mean? And I laid the car down and I had taken my salvation personally at that time. I wasn't going to let anybody tarnish it. I wasn't going to let anybody, me go down the road that me I come from.
Mhm.
So I decided that if you want me, you're going to have to marry me. And I tell you, it was the serpent that showed up. It's a proverbial saying, that
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
was not supposed to be. And God would have allowed certain situation to show up, and then that's when I meet my husband, and it has been 24 years now. So I'm trying to tell the single ladies who are listening that sometimes don't be too hasty. Your salvation, you have to protect your salvation. It's a cost when you decide say you go and mess it up or with something that is not good for you. And I've often said that I believe that Christian women should date, single women should date. I think that should be just like they have prayer meeting, Rosie, them to have singles meeting, and a lot of, as opposed to having rallies, they should have a lot of singles things so that these people
People
can,
meet, right?
uh,
Meet and greet.
if you're a pastor and you're here and you're listening, trust me, unless it is intention, sometimes I think it is intentional that these pastors don't want families in the church. They would rather single women because the single women spend more money. If you can think about it, the single women spend more money. So that's my point on it. you know.
Yeah. But all right. I take your point, and you're absolutely right, because it's you and God now. It's you and God. God call you from wherever you were, and you come to God. And you're serious about what you're doing. It's good. Nothing wrong with that. But there gonna come a time, especially when you're 20s, your late 20s, going 30s, going to 40s. Lord Jesus, you're in the church how long? And nothing not go on for me. You can't find no man that look in your direction. It's not easy, no, Auntie Donna. Let
It's
me tell
not
you that.
easy. I'm passionate
It's not
about it.
easy.
I am passionate about it, and
Once if you're childless.
especially if you're childless.
Yeah.
I really think somebody termed it as an epidemic, and I want to believe that it is, because in all of the churches that you go to, the ratio, and I say, Lord, I thank God for the church that I go to now. It's not as bad as some of the church that I've gone to, where it's just a handful of men. My church is, I looked at my church last week and I said, that Mount Vernon Church of God is a family church, because you see husband and wives in church and the children that grows up in church. But when you go to some churches, you only see the mother. You don't even see the grandchildren. You don't see the children. You don't see anyone. And
Mhm.
this ought to be a marker for church people to recognize that there is a problem that needs to be addressed. Over to you, Rosie.
Right. But how can we address it? If the men are not there, how can you really address it? You
Well,
understand? It's a very difficult situation to
stories
address.
tonight. I'm waiting to hear some stories tonight. The telephone number is up and running at 718-569-6622.
Amen.
And please don't let Rosie and I sit here, but I want to hear from
Talking,
someone
talking,
who,
talking.
who
All
is.
right. Let me share a story
Yeah,
with
let me
you.
just one minute, Rosie. I want to hear from women who is there waiting for a husband. I want to hear from, if any men are listening. What do they think of dating a church girl? I want to hear from if you have a situation in church, if you're married, you have a situation in church. I want to hear from those women and the challenges that they face as single women in the church. Over to you, Rosie.
Yes. Um, I have a friend, and when I talk, it's because I know these things. I'm sorry she is not on here,
Right.
because she don't mind me talking about it.
Yes.
No, she was married to a so-called Christian, and oh my God, it was a very tumultuous relationship, marriage.
Mhm.
The man who's supposed to be a Christian, you used to beat her to a pulp, right? And she had to migrate just to get away from the individual,
Mhm.
right? She divorced him. And remember, it's Christians we're talking about now. She migrated. And when she migrated, she met a Rasta man. No, how conflicted. Yes, listen where I'm going with this one. Very conflicting. She met a Rasta man. That Rasta man is her husband today. She has 2 kids for him and is the best man. I know them. That man treats her like royalty. He's not saved, but he treats her like royalty. And you said to yourself, but shouldn't it be
The other
the
way.
man in the church should be playing that role?
Yes.
So are we really now saying And I read the clip that I sent you. I would really love for you to play it so that persons understand what I am saying at this point. This lady, let me give a brief summary on it.
Yes.
This lady, she was doing a video stating that no man in the church. She even went as far to say she wished the government could let out some of the prisoners, those who are well behaved, or, find them, that they can let out because no man in the church and the man then don't want to come. So is it wrong, really, to take up yourself as a Christian to take up an unsaved man? If you can't find none in the church, I'm asking you, I'm putting this question out there to you. What are your thoughts?
All right. Let me get I'm trying to set
Okay.
thing up. All right, there we go.
All right.
Set this up and hear what this lady has to say. Welcome, Sister Joy Wright. Good afternoon to you, Anne Marie Orton. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Woman, their church. And you go some different church. I same thing. Church full of woman. Unless man, the 10% of man them then their football field, hang out a street side, or then they rub and miggle. Yeah. No man no day, few man get married too. And the man never have the audacity. They don't want to come to church no, but I like you no daughter. Tell one of the more tell me so me feel. So me give the Lord me soul and give me body. Give the Lord me soul and give me body. And you want me body, you know, come in a church too. Come do the right. No man in a church. And if you even go, they go get the man carry them come in a church. They don't want to stay. They don't want in a church. So what if you do? Think the government need to check out some of them where they are prison who gone in there innocently, or who they on good behaving. Your man and make them come out so man can get man because he had to get man, you know. Husband. Me use the word husband. And then you can go look man in the country and carry them come and be car. You go look them a country, carry them come and be here. And when you fix them up as a man, yeah, fix them up, and you get high. So you have to left them a country. Make them stand there. Already if it's rain set up and you have to cross the river, you go before rain start fall and cross the river before you come down. But make them enter a country. You carry them come over here. Because man can't get. Nope, they can't get. So as men they say, you have to get one man now. Husband. Look like me have to go down there, me go east, go see if me can get one. I mean, no. Me know me not this single for the rest of my life, you know. Nope. But me no want no any old trabas. Nope. Nah pick up no anybody. Me nah pick up no anybody for the sake of sex. No. Hell no. But prefer and joke aside still. Me I wonder if the man him afraid of God or what. Me no know what he say, but the man him nah come to church. Yeah, you see them at church pa Father's Day, church pack. And you don't really see them. Maybe Christmas you see them again. You don't know what happened to him and them. A woman full up in church. Woman. You see a woman when follow Jesus right up to the end. Right up to the very end. A woman follow Jesus, you know. Yeah, man. And when time him rise, a woman first see him, we ever present. Where are the men? What make man in a church? I mean, no want nobody content but appear hypocrite in a church because hypocrite there everywhere. Hypocrite there, yeah,
All
yeah.
right, you can't cut there, so no.
Hypocrite with your
Mhm.
family, your relative, your
All righty. Oh, all right.
Mhm.
All righty. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I
The point.
mean, I would not bash her because I was saying it's desperation. Because, when you reach that point, you look at yourself, you want kids, you want whatever, and nobody, it's very difficult. It messes with you emotionally as well
I
and
always
send into depression.
I feel it for the single women in church. And I am a proponent for telling women go out and date. Um, put the value on yourself. Make sure that you are armored. Make sure you date safely because there is a safe way to date. I believe that. I believe that you don't
Mhm.
have to go out to dinner to date. I believe that breakfast is a date, and I also believe that lunch is a date as Christian people. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, you know where to go.
yeah, I believe that you can, find mutual interest and have conversation and and date. But the thing is, it is such a taboo, especially in the black community, in the Caribbean community. It is such a taboo that don't go out there, go look, man, make them come in at the church and find you. And that is not happening. Over all of these
Mhm.
decades, it's not happening. Women have to go out and get them. That's why they're called evangelists. Them need to go out there, go do them things, Rosie, and come back with with them catch.
Yeah, but go out there and seek who. Because if the men are unsaved, most men are unsaved. Because I was listening to I was watching some of the comments on that very clip, and I was really taken aback. I laugh at some, but when I really analyze the thing, the men were commenting. Some men were saying, "So why is it that you wait until you have out your lot for women who have kids? Then you find yourself in a church now and want to settle down?" And it's a very good question as well, because he's saying that basically you work out yourself before you come to church, and then you expect say if you go in a church go get a man, and it
Hmm.
don't work like that.
Yeah.
You understand me? So these are some of the challenges or concerns that the men have.
Well, you have
But
some women who do that to Rosie. If you got to talk about truth, you have some woman down the road, run the road, and some man down the world, and them
that
get
is
married
true.
and have a
But
party.
remember, the men are the one that is short, it's not women.
Right.
So when in a church community now, and you say you're gonna date or whoever, if you date an unsaved man, for example,
Mhm.
them condemn you in a some churches. I'm telling you.
And that's and we need to change that. I believe that we need to change that narrative. We have to get rid of that stigma and that taboo and find effective ways in which that women could. But me no want me and you sit on here. Rebecca must single, Natalie is single. Oh, let me play you one from Natalie. Like, oh no, no, make we sit on here and talk, man. We'll we end the broadcast at 9 o'clock.
A true man.
And we're not going to go through this. Only for talking and then it'll take long to warm up and come in. It'll take long for coming in. I'm gonna look for Natalie if me young send me a voice note. Let's play what Natalie sent to me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, she is on the broadcast. Let me play this one.
Good night, everyone. This is a topic that I often think about. So, thank you for bringing this topic. Now, as a beautiful black woman, single, sometimes I wonder because I don't know if the men are scared to come into church, if it makes them vulnerable, or they're just scared of the Holy Ghost. I don't know. So,
But they fear that
how
Holy Ghost.
we expect to get husband unless we are going to go out there and look for one. But then again, the Bible say, be not unequal yoke. So you have to find a man that is God fearing. I mean, we're not looking for perfect and Mr. Pastor or anything like that. But, as a single woman, I am looking for someone that knows God. My opinion, I don't want to invite a man to church. So many times I'm seeing it, heard it, that you invite somebody to church and they pretend like they want to go to church just to get
The
in,
coochie.
Whatever.
mm,
The coochie.
or put on a show for you, and then they're gone. Me, personally, I rather find someone that's already in church trying to work out their salvation or work out their life. I take that risk. But my personal opinion, no, I'm not inviting them to church. Now, if I meet someone and I tell them this is a church I go and they want to come, it's fine. Cannot stop them. But that's my opinion. So I am very excited to hear what the others have to say about this, because this is a question that I ask myself and I'm seeing and really curious what happened. Look forward to see you tonight.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Why, Natalie? She laid on some doctrine. There's a lot of doctrines in her comment.
Yes. Yes, it's very deep. But I want to ask Natalie, God fearing, that word, God fearing,
Hmm.
because you have men out there who are God fearing, but they don't necessarily come to church. So
Commit.
is it right? So is it that kind of God fearing? That's what I want to know. Secondly, she mentioned that she rather be with a man who is in church, who is working out his salvation. Nothing at all is wrong with that. You understand me? But anything that has to do with dating and relationship is always a risk, you know. So we have to just bear that in mind. And we all know that everything is a risk, because if it's not for you, it's just not for you. You understand what I'm saying? But you may ask yourself why I speak about this particular friend of mine who did this, because I didn't finish the story. So she had two children. She have two children for this man. They live together now, married, well good, well set. And the man is a Rasta man. She said she went to church, and the pastor's wife called, they had this function, and the pastor's wife called out all the ladies whose husbands are not Christians.
Hmm.
So say three quarter of the females
Mm.
got up and went up to the front. And the pastor's wife, she started to say, well, you know, speak somewhere like the men that are not Christians are devils. They are bad people because they are not in church. So when she finished, she told the ladies she can have they can have a seat. My friend, she said, give me the mic. She took the mic. I'm sorry, I didn't get her to come. I didn't even think about it. And she took the mic. And when she took the mic, she said, I can't speak for any other woman in here who were up here. but I can speak for my husband.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is not a Christian, but my husband is a king. My husband treat me like royalty. My husband never beat me yet. My husband never abused me yet. And I know a man in this church who beat their wife. Isn't that bad?
Wow.
It is bad. So is it, we are saying then, the man God fearing, not yet committed, or he has to be committed? That's the question.
But we can also reason then that a lot of men are God fearing.
Yeah.
A lot of men, they know God. They are God fearing. And the part that that got it some church people twisted is the part where she says the unequally yoke,
Yo.
that doctrine where you said you cannot be unequally yoked. And these church sisters take it literally, when I believe that for some of them their husband came and because in their mind it's like the sister, she didn't go for a equal yoke. She was a Christian, right? But she went unequally yoked, and look what unequal
Yo brought.
brought.
You understand?
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned this, that she's a Christian, her husband is not. They are, according to the doctrine, you must be equally yoked. And here is a relationship that the husband is God fearing. Could it mean that
Yes.
fearing means equally yoked? There got to be somehow the narrative must change, and we have to renew our thinking of these things, because I can tell you that them teach us wrong. I believe that the prayer teaching, Rosie, them teach the church sister them wrong.
So the question that a lot of people are, what I see happening, because I people that I speak to, most women right now looking at a road because they're not in a church.
But
It is just
that's
sad.
that's what it should be
Though,
all along, Rosie. That's how it, when I like when I meet my husband, my husband didn't find my husband in a church. You understand? Oh, we're getting a call.
finally.
Person's calling at the same time. Pooper God. Caller, kindly hold. Yes, good afternoon. We have another caller on the line. Go ahead.
Auntie,
Wait.
good evening to you. I'm my next auntie.
Yes.
Well, for me, no. Me no honestly really I got church to look nobody. Because I know all church man, a man, I know all of them nice. You can find him on the bus, find him in the store, find him in the corner store, find him on the street, find him anywhere, and him treat you better than the man in the church.
Let me ask you though, are you single in church?
Yes.
You're single, and how does that
Yes.
feel? So do you let me ask, and let me ask, do you have a partner outside, or are you trying to get married?
None in our house.
So tell me, as a single woman in church, is your desire to be married?
Yes. But at the same time, auntie, if it desire to marry, if the partner not in church, because if the few little man were in at the church, them have them wives. And if them come with a friend, them never come back. And if a man in a church was single, he never come and say, boy, I like you so and so and so and so. Me don't know where I hold them back. Me don't know what happened. But as when me say, me not really go there and look them.
Okay. So now, as a single woman, how do you feel? What are you, I want to know what a single woman go through.
Because then me have to say to myself, then well on. I mean, ask the question at church already. Me say, well, and then no man in here, only no see no woman no one. Me say, couple single man in that church. Me ask the question at church already now. And everybody, them all laugh. Me say, only no see no woman in here, no one.
Okay.
Couple single woman in here, say something now. Say something.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, no, me, it's like a load more gunshot. Me no one go say, and then go put it to another meaning and say, so me step aside and believe them. So me tell myself, say, them the most in the church. You can go anywhere and meet them.
Got you. And remember, how do you
Anywhere,
date?
auntie.
How do you date? Let me ask you, as a, what do you have dating guidelines? Do you have boundaries that you set up? How do you date?
All right. Well, we are gonna start date now. Me are gonna make it and we are gonna go out and things like that. And yeah, me are gonna walk when me get next money. Come in where can go on, and you are gonna carry me somewhere. We're not too far. When me definitely know the areas where me in and things like that. And yeah, anything we order. Yeah, me have carry me get best money because now the money in the one pay. Me I go pay too.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah,
very much. Yeah,
me not gonna make it more than me go pay.
absolutely. All right. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. And what time of the day would you go out on dates?
All right. We can go up. Even coffee.
All right, got you. All right, thank you
Even
very much.
coffee.
My
Lunch,
only niece in
yes.
America.
Yes, my
Good point.
auntie.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
You say
That
you had another call waiting?
no, the person hang up because I took the other call. So call me now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I tell you, it's very real. And I mean, sometimes I ask a question because, all right, when I listen to the lady, when she mentioned about sex and
Here's
all of that,
calling now. Good afternoon, caller, and welcome to Let's Talk with Auntie Donna and Rosey.
Good night,
good
Rosie,
night.
Donna.
Single lady, yes. Talk up the things them.
That's right. So ask me anything.
All right.
So, so for me, let me tell you now. They say I'm old fashioned. Okay. So when I used to do on dating site, and when I have like me and the guys, I'm having conversation.
You said
It's like,
dating said like you're shame. Say it out, man, like you're proud.
no,
So
we're not
because we
talking
didn't
about it
hear
now.
that. So she used to go on dating sites.
Right.
Good.
And when we're having conversations and stuff, they tell me that I'm old fashioned. Why? Because I don't believe to meet somebody and go sleep with somebody, what they call it, one night stand and all of that. So the
It's a run.
conversation is not my conversation. So they tell me I'm old fashioned, and some of them say my mind is too young. And I'm like, okay, not because I'm not doing the same thing that you want me to do, because I don't believe in shacking up and, having sex as you meet somebody, So, my conversation usually asks them, what, like if they're single, what they're looking for. And most of them is not even ready for a serious relationship. They just want to have sex. And I'm not into that.
Yes. Yes.
So, even the men in church, they're so hypocrite. So, even a guy, you meet a guy and a guy is in church and, oh, God must have sent you for my wife and everything. I said, yeah. I said, did you pray about it? Oh, yes, I've been praying about it. Can you pray? I said, okay. So I asked him to pray. He didn't even want to pray. Now, for me, I'm not looking for somebody that can pray because that's part of my foundation, So if something should happen to me, you're not gonna pray me up, So he asked me to pray, and I sure pray, and I said, God, if this not the one, put him out of my life. I never see him again or call. He never called me. So what was he all about? So as a single person, we have to be. But for me, I have to be very careful.
Yes.
And to each individual, you have some strong, some weak. Everybody know their points, the weak points and the strong points, And I have been there, and I refuse to even be vulnerable again, So I am like very careful now.
So even in the church, even the men that say they are Christian in the church, they too are not trustworthy.
playing games.
They're playing games in the church as well.
Exactly.
Oh dear God.
You know what happened to me? I'm good because nobody not talking, so I'm going to talk.
Talk.
Talk, sister.
So, as a single person and in the church and a single, well, Auntie Donna know about this, but and somebody approaching you and you're like, okay, this person like, okay, let's see what happened. And this person sit on beside you in church for 9 months and then all of a sudden go marry somebody else. Now, how you deal with that too? You have to deal with that, right?
So,
So,
let me translate for you because so me have a ton translator for you. So basically, what she just said is that, she met this person in church. He sort of approached her, moved towards her and sat beside her in church for 9 months, give her all the signs that if he wants to be married, this is the girl we're gonna married to, carry her home from church and go to look at dinner here and there and stuff. But and then 9 months later, he went and married somebody in a different country, you know
yeah,
Go ahead, Natalie, and then I will give my
yeah,
yeah.
different country, that he already had known. So that's a shock to me. And it's like, okay, and so as a single person and go through stuff like that, I don't know what other people go through, but it's not easy. It's
It's
not
not.
easy, So, I'm just, we as single women out there, we have to be careful because especially my age, older women,
That too.
I
We
mean,
need to address
I'm
the
not,
older women
yeah,
in the church.
older women in my age. I'm going to be 60. So, I don't have time to waste. And I tell them straight up because when I was younger, I usually be a little shy and I realize that I usually talk to people, get to know people, and then by the time you say you're liking somebody, your feelings, and then it don't work, you get crushed. So when I reach like late 40s, I tell myself, that's done. I'm gonna be upfront. If you don't want to hear it, bye. I'm telling you straight up. When you say, "Oh, can I have your number?" or "Can I like you?" or whatever, I'm gonna say straight up to you, "What are you looking for?" This is what I'm looking for. I don't even go ask you what you're looking for. I'm telling you what I'm looking for and how and everything that I desire, and that's on you. After that, they usually run anyway because they don't like church girl and all of that. So
They like church girl. They just don't want to be in the church. They want to like the church girl because them knows that the church girl chances are not give them no bun. But that was
well,
back then.
yeah, so yeah. Come on, guys,
All
single
right,
lady.
great. I want some men to
All
call
right,
in now.
yeah,
We know
yeah.
we have male listeners,
Mhm.
and I want some male to call in as well. Thank you very
All
much,
right,
Natalie. Make we
okay
debunk
then.
and
Bye
talk about what you just discussed.
bye.
Wow.
Great.
Wow. That
Yeah,
was a mouthful.
that
It
was
was
it.
a mouthful. Dating. All right, let me start from the beginning of her thing. She spoke about dating sites. This is one of the ways that you also meet people.
Hmm.
I've heard testimonials where persons would have met persons online
Hmm.
and they're still together. It work out. For some, it will work out. For some people, they end up off the face of this earth. So all different things happen.
Hmm.
So what maybe work for Auntie Donna may not work for Rosie
True.
and somebody else.
True.
But shoot your shot. You may never know. All right. She spoke about being up in age and dating. Oh, before that, when the man in church giving you all the signs, I tell you all the nice things. Yeah, you are the one. Oh my God, and building up your hopes and all of that, and then you hear say married to somebody else is a dangerous thing.
That is dangerous, man.
It is a dangerous thing, and it hurts you as an individual as well.
Mm-hmm.
It causes you now not to trust anyone in church. I tell you, it's sad to say, but you have a lot of men in church who are players. Players. Then again, I'm going to touch on another thing as well. But let me finish with her analyze. She spoke about the age aspect of it. I believe that people must set boundaries. People must know what it is that they want. You can't think the same way at age 60 as you would at age 20. Let me say that again. When you reach 20, 30, 40, your level of maturity must be up there. You
Yes.
can't be going backwards.
They may
So
have.
if you used to do a thing up, you're jumping over a hurdle
Mm-hmm.
and you jump over it a particular way and you hit down the hurdle or you fall. I expect that when you attempt again or several times after, you must know your craft. So you're
Oh,
not going to jump it the way that you jumped it before. So I love what she said. No, she get to the point. She don't have no time for no mushy conversation with nobody. She
no.
state what she wants. You got to lay the cards on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what some of us lack. You getting to know somebody and you're their
Yeah.
person care wrap your own them finger and just drop you like hot bread. No, you have to set your standards. You have to set your
Especially,
standards.
especially as Christian women, women's
Exactly.
standard should be so high. Um,
Yeah,
and we're talking about Christian women, but you have to know that men are looking for a particular woman as well. That's why I want
true.
to hear from a male. If a male can call in and talk about this, how they feel, but it is important that you set your standard. You know what you want, and you don't accept less. There are room
Less.
for
Exactly.
compromise. If there are room for compromise, not only on your part, but on the other party's part. If both of you can come to some form of compromise, then you can work out the rest of it throughout the marriage.
I totally agree with that. And then again, too, you have women who are looking for perfect men.
Ah,
There are no perfect men.
not at
And
all.
you also have women in church that are looking for a particular type of man,
Mhm.
particular type of man. For example, you will have men in the church, but no, it's the musician them want because I'm in the limelight. Is the pastor you want because you want the first lady. So the little brother around the back, you're not going to look at him because not going for him. Him not in the spotlight. You understand? And so these are some of the things
Or you
that
want a husband like Sister Rosie husband.
our sister Donna husband.
Me get that so much. Me, I'll get that from the mothers them in a church. May I love my daughter have a husband like yours. I'm
Right.
like, Jesus, them want me for dead. Lord, I dead them a call me because I no want like them want but they say it like that I want
Yes.
my daughter
Yes.
when me get married, me want a husband like yours, and I'm like, all
Yeah,
right.
but and you don't even know what goes on behind closed doors.
That's what we said. I would have give you him with it.
Yeah.
You want me to send him back quick?
Listen. There's so many things happening in Christendom as it relates to relationships on a whole. Let me tell you something. I've learned that it's the musicians in church,
Mhm.
any girl, especially the young ones.
Wow. Okay, we're getting a call. Let's hear who this is. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good, good afternoon, Auntie Donna and Sister Rosey.
Good afternoon.
Not only, not only we are all foul. That's why the old foul stay in his corner.
Oh God, help us. Oh God. So tell me now, Uncle Trevor, as a single man, how is it in church for you?
Eh?
How is it in church for you as a single man?
Well, the church what I go to, it is peer growing people in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's peer growing people, and who not married already and have their husband. You know, say I just I comfortable.
Being
I
single.
comfortable. Yeah, cause I just stay in my little corner.
Oh. So as a
Because, yeah, as a whole foal, as a whole rooster that can hardly crow.
Uncle Trevor, you know,
Yeah,
easy,
me,
you know
I'm not a
what?
spring chicken anymore.
Oh God.
It's like easy at all. It's a little old fool.
So not only that's the way it go. Because not only we are all foul, we're not that young anymore.
So
My
all
God.
so all fall no one rooster.
Boy.
So Uncle Trevor, all fall no one rooster.
Yes, but you have to hold it because the days now is numbered. Your days-
All right, Uncle. Thank you, Uncle Trevor. God bless you. All right, Uncle. No, sir.
I can't manage Uncle Trevor at all. I can't manage him. You know, but well, in his church it's kind of different because it seemed like it's a more matured,
Age in church.
um,
Yes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But churches with a lot of young people, especially the older, bigger, churches with a lot of young people, it is very challenging. So you find that I was speaking about the musicians and like youth pastors and all of this. You find that this is where the temptation now comes in
Mm-hmm.
and the womanizing because you have women because the men are outnumbered and these women want a piece of the action. They think worse if the man's single,
Mm-hmm.
then everybody just be a harbor shark.
Well, you have to well, I like brother Judge, but like brother Uncle Trevor just say, that if there are older men in the church, them not really want no woman. Them say them are old fool, them settle, you know, the older men settle. So maybe some of the older, it's tough on the older people. Oh, and I've seen that, you know, older people in their 70s and 80s wants relationship. When I was growing up, when you're 50-year old, you know want a man. But these days, the 70-year-olds, them and the 80-year-old, them look at them
Yeah.
ready for start.
Well, if it's dear thing, it's dear thing.
I don't
you
understand it.
know.
Yes, yes.
So they have to find themselves now with somebody. And I want to tell you, a lot of them take up young men.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's oh Jesus, help us, dear God, help us, help us.
Yeah. All
God.
right. Brother George, for example, Brother George is a gospel artist.
And him should
Brother
have
George.
called him, and him gonna sit down there and him know same for call and him not call for come take
No,
part in a this.
let me tell you this. Auntie Donna, I am telling you. I am telling you. Brother George is a gospel artist, right?
Right.
And I can tell you this. Ask him. If you don't have women who just throw themselves at him, church women,
Really?
because, yes, because the mere fact that he is a gospel minister, you're a drummer, you're a bassy, yeah, you're a youth pastor, them love the limelight. So even if they know that you're married, they will do it. And that is why a lot of women in church also get used. Mhm. Anybody out there think I'm joking? Tell me something otherwise.
All right, let me run the telephone number just in case somebody forgets. It's 718-569-6622. 718-569-6622. Once again, 718 569 6622. Give us a call if you're single in the church. Tell us how you're dealing with it. Tell us if your skin are getting hot and, you know,
Or your I'll ride you.
are you high or
Your
radio?
I'll ride you.
Radio if you're
Yeah, because as we said, we're real over here,
yes,
We're
you know,
real.
I hear somebody talk about like sex toys. I have no experience with those things. You understand? And I don't remember who it was that I heard, and he said it's demonic. And you have persons who study that. Whether they talking about some Mayan spirit, and I don't study those things, so I am not. Um, I don't have enough information to share, but I'm open to listen and learn and get a knowledge. And if you're a church sister, because I remember one time I was in the church and the question asked to the pastor if masturbation is okay, because them are young people and them highly right them want for masturbate, I don't, and all of these questions. But I don't know how we're gonna get some of these answers if the persons don't
Some
call.
persons are gonna answer, Auntie Donna. As I said, it's because it's a sensitive topic
Mm,
discussion. A lot of persons are gonna be open to say, yes, I use sex toys. Yes, I try to masturbate. Yes, me satisfy myself and whet my appetite elsewhere. They're
yeah,
not gonna say it, but
right.
I'm telling you, these things happen.
Yeah,
It
I believe
happens.
so. I
You
believe so.
understand?
Yeah.
Because of the situation that presents itself. And it is very unfortunate though. And we just don't know how to deal with it because there's no quick fix to it. It
Mm.
is what is just staring us in the face, and you have to deal with it.
As I said,
Blessed are those who may
go with
have gone through the gate.
epidemic. It is an epidemic. There is an epidemic of single Christian women. And I tell you, I don't know how they're dealing with it. I want to hear from even a young person between the
Mhm.
age of 20 to say 40, right in there, or is in their childbearing age, and they're sitting there waiting for a husband. How do they do, or what is the protocol? What do they do?
Oh, one more thing I want to highlight.
Yes.
Um, Experience again.
Hmm.
This young pastor, they have the youth functions and youth president and all of these things. So he met this lady, youth as well, both of them working together. They thought, because this is another sore point. They thought they liked each other just by mere working together because the man, very dynamic preacher, and can preach, Auntie Donna, when I tell you, man can preach.
Yes.
She can preach as well. But the mere fact that they were working together in leadership positions, they thought that, oh, I like you. And they went Christians, they went and touched. And they touched. What happened? She got pregnant. In the midst of that, you know, Pentecostals, they married to cover it up. And that marriage never lasted 6 months. Turmoil. So that's another question that I want to ask. Is it a case that if you touch and, for example, you get pregnant, should the man marry to that woman? Should they both get married? That's another question. Because a lot of these things happen and then it causes turmoil because you never really love each other. You never really know each other in the first place. You
Right.
just felt that infatuation, boom, titty, boom.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are being real tonight.
All right.
We are
Somebody
being very real tonight.
phone number. The telephone number is 718-569-6622. The direct number into the studio. If you are on social spaces and you want to call in on WhatsApp, if you're across some waters, you can call me the WhatsApp number, and it's 914-527-8295. Once again, 914-527-8295. The telephone number in the studio is 718-569-6622 or 718 Joy Mocha. That is the telephone number. Oh, it's spelled JOYMOCA. Right. Yeah. That's will you I don't know, Rosie.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know if wow, that's a sticky one.
it is very sticky, and a lot of that is happening because persons don't really. All right, they are in their element. They have feelings. They have, you know, sexual urges, and so things happen. But a lot of people in Christendom will do it and cover it up if something happens. But I'm asking the question again tonight.
One call
Should
coming up. Let's take
Yeah.
this call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yeah, good night, Auntie Donna. Good night, Auntie Rosey.
Good
Good
night,
night.
love.
Powerful topic, powerful, powerful.
Wow.
But first, let me say this. Okay, women in the church who are single and seeking a husband in the church to possibly marriage. Now, that is one of the worst things any woman could do. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. The church is a hospital for sin sick souls. So when some people, not everybody, run the streets, go to parties, not knowing God for themselves, maybe in a relationship with wife and husband and it go wrong, and everything go wrong, then they run to the church.
True.
God is always sometimes the last priority for us. So when we're doing everything in the world and it's not working, we turn to the church. Now I have something to share. When I was in Jamaica and I used to go to the Penwood Seventh-day Adventist Church, there was this nice young man came to church. Everybody was, all the ladies were liking him. And, you know, Sister so-and-so would come and invite him to Bible work with all this Bible teaching and all that.
Mm-hmm.
This one like him, that one like him, and it caused a problem. No, I don't think he had shown no interest in nobody. But that man, after a month in the church, he took sick and he died. He was full-blown HIV. So you can imagine if a woman had got in with him and he was handsome and started a relationship, maybe the devil get into it and they have sex, now she would be fretted. She'd be worried.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful choosing a man in the church. Let me repeat. Men on a whole, when they run the world, they run the woman, them run the party, them run the liquor, them run the ganja, them run everything, and them say nothing not work, them run the church now. So you got to be so careful. Because if any woman they go with that man, then will end up with HIV. Okay. Number two, as Rosie said about our friend who was married to a Rasta man,
Mm-hmm.
and he treated her like an empress.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you searching for somebody at an age like me, soon 69, you know what you're looking for. So if you take somebody outside the church and you find that, sex, make sex stay a little bit. No, not rush the sex. Take your time, talk. Sex is a powerful thing and it's a dangerous thing. You take time, talk, and you get to know the person and what have you. He's out the church, I'm in the church. You can win that man to the church. By the life you live, you can win that man and get him into the church. If he really cares for you and loves you, he loves God, not even you, God too, because you got to put God first. You can win that man. It's like when I married to my husband, he was a Catholic, I was an Adventist. But I didn't make that stop me. We were on equal yoke. And I talked to God about it. But it took time. It took time for him to come over to the Adventist church with me. And when he finally came over, I was so happy because the entire family, me and him and the kids, every Sabbath we are at church.
Wow.
But what I'm saying, we got to be careful whether in the church or out the church. But as I said, that woman, Rosey friend who got that Rasta man, she got a good man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She takes somebody to the church and she gets the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with me right now, when I was 62, my husband died 10 years now. And when I was 62, I said, you know what, I will get married again. Whether in the church or out the church, because my intention is if I find somebody out the church, I'm going to live a Christian life. And he, with prayer, would follow me. Okay? I went on date. And what them bring to the table, Donna don't want that. So I say, you know what? Let me just marry to God right now. Because I am scared of this time, this type of relationship in this time.
Mm-hmm.
In my days, it was so nice. A man court a woman. Now the woman, them a court the man. Whether church or outside road or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when a man come into church and these women keep showing themselves at them, I mean, to me, that's a disgrace to women.
I know.
Let the man show himself by you. Let the man see you as a girl, I like you, you know.
Yes.
But you have to go to the man and you have to tell your friend to tell the man so you like him and all them. No, me feel so less a woman if I should do that.
So true.
In whether out the church or in the church, we got to be careful. So listen, you see if the man them scares in at the church, and you see if man scare out of the church, turn to God now. Talk to God, because if you go there right now, go take up a man by your own. You there's so much things out there can happen to you, because you don't know who the person is. Ask the Lord above. There is nothing now that we should do, and we don't consult the Lord. Ask God above. The Father, you know I'm single and I would like a companion. Send me somebody. Because right now, you know, me, Donna, right now, if really get friendly with a man, God would have to write Donna upon him shirt back, and then my sister and God really said him. No, it's a serious thing. Don't laugh. Me have to see the Donna right upon him shirt
We love the
back.
joke. We love the humor. Yes.
And my sister and God really said him to me. Me can't do that. Me can't go there, go just pick up somebody. So much disease around. So much teeth in church and a church. So much lies. Man want you know because you drive a car, you have a proper job. Man want you know because you have money, nobody not have much love again.
So true.
The love them up from the old time marriage. People that were married 30, 40, 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
But now, everybody only there with somebody because of what they can get.
Yeah.
Church
Opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
It is a crucial thing. So you know what? There are the amount of single woman that is out there right now. May God have mercy upon us. But you know what? Turn to God, because God will give you more than what your husband can give you. Me say God did that for me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
God will give you more than what your husband can give you, because He's going to give you not even what you want. He's going to give you better. So, bottom line, put God in your life, bring your troubles to Him, He will fix it. That's my
Awesome.
little talk on it, okay?
Thank you very much, Queen. God bless you. We respect your input as always. And if something
Well,
else pop across your spirit, feel free to give us a call a little later.
God bless
Wow.
you.
Amen.
Thank you.
We have some nice single woman. But one thing with when she closed off her statement by saying that if you find Jesus, but I want to tell some of you this afternoon, single women, you got to learn to love yourself. Most of these women, Rosie, who are seeking marriage, they have not ever even been introduced to themselves, yet they want to introduce this self to a man. I believe once you discover who you are, it just comes out and people are attracted to who you are. And a lot of single women are living a double life. Yeah, put out the facts that me are married material, but we can see say you don't know who you are. We see that you're not confident in yourself because you're not setting any boundaries. You're not, setting the bar to a level where somebody can climb for cross over it. You know. So thank you, Donna. Thank you. I mean, you have to be careful in these times, and I thank God.
Yep,
I
it
really,
is true. It is true.
yeah,
It is true. And everything that she said is true. You
yeah.
see, just like how she said that the man came in church and worse, I tell you, if the man look good, everybody's, well, not everybody, but women, some of them skin catch a fire.
Remember,
I'm telling you.
talk about that. I remember, because I am baptized 25 years now. Good afternoon, Sister Hyacinth Brian. I'm married 25 years, and when I got saved, I was sort of single, broken because I baptized really, really broken. And I used to go to a lot of parties. I was on a partying scene, go out, so I know a lot of people of the world. And this guy wanted to take me to this club in New Rochelle. I think it was Carib at the time. And when he came for me, I think he picked me up. And I usually watch how somebody treat me. You open the door for me because I'm that kind of girl. I want you to show me from inception. Say, I go take care of me. And I noticed he didn't do any of that. We went, and on our way back from the club now, um, or was it dinner? Don't remember. But anyways, on our way back, he thought I was gonna let him inside. He wanted to come inside after the dinner. I say, no, and I said, go. No, you can't do that. I'm a Christian. I can't do that. So what that have to do with it? What does that that's what I'm saying now. What that have to do with it? It have everything to do with it, brethren. And he didn't talk to me for a while. He never talked to me. And it turned out that he was not a good person. Now can you imagine me just baptized and me a horrific look husband? I go sleep with this boy and thinks he made him marry me and he wouldn't marry me. He would not marry me because I don't think I was ready. I didn't know who I was.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
why it's important to set boundaries. And as the caller just said that we must not be too quick to jump.
exactly.
Seek God in whatever, and He will show you signs. I'm telling you. Seek God. Gone are the days when persons, when you hear testimonies like, if I'm supposed to marry to Tom, and you pray about it and say, God, if this is the right person, let this happen, and somebody will come to you and confirm exactly.
Exactly.
Nobody don't want to wait on that again. Then
No.
say, God, this is what me choose, work with it. And then know when trouble comes, everybody know one
They
prayer
don't know
and
patience.
fasting.
They forget in the doctor. They that wait upon the Lord. Because,
Yeah,
you know, I believe that when you're gonna enter into something like marriage, your closest friends and those who love you should be a part of it. Like I've shared a story with my husband and I that when Carl talked about him want to marry me, him have to come sit down at the table of about 14 people and get interviewed by 14 people. Yeah, man. Yeah. Carl came and 14 of my tightest person. We have an engagement dinner. And
mhm,
he sat there, listened, and them talk him good and all of that. And like them said, we love Donna, and I'm telling you, we don't want somebody come into our life and just mess her up like that. And they give Carl the talk. And to God be the glory to this days, though some of those people who have not died is still in our lives. And I'm glad that they were the one that come and they give Carl the talk. They vet us. And even after he did that, I was the one that delayed the date of the wedding because at that time he was not baptized. So this was important. He was not baptized. And I'm like, God, may I pray, God make him get saved, no? Me no want for married and him no baptized. Papa Jesus Church that keep the must have some rally business that are go on. The man get a piece of conviction and give him life to God. Whoop whoop that September. And after that he got baptized and then we were married. So it's
beautiful.
and it's no rush, guys. I'm telling you guys, it's important that you don't rush into marriage. know the person, learn the person, and then you won't have any regrets. Go ahead, Rosie.
Yes, I must say ditto to that.
Yeah.
Learn, take your time. It's no rush. A lot of people rush this thing and then um as the song says, take time to know her.
You
It's
know,
not
but
an overnight.
married after me and then break up long time.
Exactly. Exactly. It's no rush. But as I said, sometimes the rush comes with the fact that, oh, I want to have sex. That is the problem. You
Yeah.
see that sex, that three-letter word name sex.
Yes. Thank you,
That
Ruby.
is one of the problems that we are having. And believe it or not, you have Christians who have dildo.
All right,
Yes.
hold on. Let me tell them to share up the broadcast. Guys, there are 16 of you here and only 8 thumbs up. Come on now, click the thumbs up and let the algorithm go up. Greet and talk and participate so that the thing just run, man, on YouTube. Come on, share and click and send the video out because we're not on Facebook. It's not our fault. It's Facebook situation that is happening. So go ahead and click and share. You never know who we will help with this conversation. My apologies, Rosie. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. I understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
I was talking about the whole sex.
When a man find it a good wife. Oh, wait, somebody did ask a question. Natalie said, is it wrong to feel passionate about when a man finding a wife because I am holding on to that. When a man find a wife, he find a good thing, and that's what. Yeah, but let me say if me back me up if me up on the right track. Um, guys, you have to realize that the time when this was written, it's a different time period right here. So there were more men. There was a time when there was and there were more men. Now we have more women. I don't have a problem with a woman seeking after a man. I really don't have that. Listen to what I'm saying. However, the man must have some sort of interest in the woman as well, approaching, because there's a lot of men who are not the aggressor in relationship. They were not taught how to pursue. Some man rather to be pursued than to pursue others. So I'm saying, guys, if you sit in at the church and I wait for him to come, and if you read 60 and him not come yet, maybe you need to step out. Maybe you need to step out and go to where these men are. Do things by yourself where man can see you. Travel the world. But tell people, say when you travel, there's so you can find single men when you travel, because single men are doing the same thing, are looking for partners while they are traveling. But some of you want to stay in at the walls and find and the husband. It's not gonna happen like that. You're gonna stay there and you're going to die single. Period. If that is what you are looking for. What you say, Rosie?
Well, I kind of differ in a sense.
All right, go
He
ahead.
that find it a wife find it a good thing.
Hmm.
I just don't see myself. I speaking for me.
Yes.
I just don't see myself pursuing no man. I think that's a man's job. That's what the biblical principle says. He never said she that findeth. He said he that findeth a wife find it a good thing. A lot of times, I think men devalue women based on the fact that they think that, oh, you're the one who come look me. You're the one that is
I
showing
mean, not about the
interest.
look part. I mean, you can't look him, but then if you make the marriage, you have agreed to be married, so that now you find a wife. You understand? Even if I approach you before, it don't mean that I'm gonna find you, but I can approach you. It not
Yeah,
necessary. You know what I mean?
yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm telling you, in the back of some men's head,
Hmm.
they want to play their role. You understand? Even if he wants to be pursued, I don't have a problem with that. But I just believe that um, men are the ones that really should pursue. Of course, you don't have to say anything, Auntie Donna. You go out, for example.
Mhm.
Body language, eye contact, things like these. You can really read there and then that, yeah, man, things are going for me over here, so.
Yeah.
You understand? So you don't even have to say a word. But for me, like I walk up to a man now and say, Tom, you know me like you. Me?
No,
Oh no.
that is such an aggressive approach, though.
No, no, when I say that, I don't mean like that. But
Yeah.
for me to go out of my way to tell a man that I like him or whatever. No, I don't see myself doing that at
I agree
all.
with you. I agree with you. Okay, we get an Lord of mercy here. This now. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon again, Auntie
You better come with a story, you know.
the lady before,
Yes.
she said some substantial facts.
Yes.
Because no true love is not again
True.
like before.
Hmm.
And she's right. It is hard to find a good wife in these last days or a good husband.
Would you be looking
True.
for a wife, though, Uncle?
Me not no not di- I'm not directly looking for a wife.
Okay. Okay.
But as I hear like right as the lady say, a person now only love you for what you can do for them, they see you have something. All right, for instance, no. I hear a little earlier on, Sister Rosey B mentioned Brother George. You see, like, oh, Brother George is a big gospel artist. He's a big gospel artist. And he drive a nice little car. You will find some women in the church rushed in Brother George.
Wow. Wow.
It's true.
We need some of
And if
them
Brother George
Susia.
listen to the program, Brother George,
Seriously, we need
Brother
some of them
George will,
Susia.
Brother George will laugh. 'Cause Brother
Yo, the pressure must tough, man. The pressure. The poor man, the man, the pressure then, man.
Yes.
All right, Uncle. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Yeah. And a friend was sharing something with me today, and I was hoping that he would call in with the story because when I sent out the topic, they call and he started to share the topic. And he said he have this woman have a church, and I think she's a pastor of the church, right? And she never invited him to the church. I don't know if him and the woman have something on the side. I really don't know that for a fact. I didn't ask. But she would never invite him to the church. Say she live in New Jersey, right?
Hmm.
She would never invite him to the church. And he said to her, why you not inviting me to the church? And she said, as a pastor, me not invited to my church. Too much woman in here. You know, see how
Oh.
you look. Too much woman in here. Me not go invite you in a church. Me not have no man. And if you come down here, them all give me problem. Me no want you in there. And him said, by the time you walk in there, trust me, no church can keep. The whole of them start to talk about the man. That is the reality that is going on in this church. And then he
Hmm.
also shared a scenario. Them said, all right, big open conversation, them a go convention, because say man their convention, right? And the sister plan up to go to the church's convention, hoping to come back home with a man. When them end up a church convention, tell you what them buck up in a
Yeah,
pure
man.
woman. You understand? So this is real. So there are some sisters who are not inviting single men to church because them no want the other sister them take their invited man. You understand? So therefore, I tell you, it's really a sticky situation.
It is a sticky situation. And worse, if the man, worse if him go see somebody who I'm like.
Yeah.
You were past tense if you're not married. You understand me? So you have to be so careful. And you hear she's who? The pastor.
Yeah, she is
I
the pastor of the church.
exactly. So
And so
she's
when you
also
say
looking
text
for
me,
herself.
I mean, me say the people that might text me, "Mommy, no want to text me, man, and no calling." You know, me not read or no comment. So yes, man, that this person was saying, this person was saying that that she don't want him at all. No, she said, no, don't come, man, no come, don't come. I pray rather you stay where you at, and I will come to you. But and she's a pastor.
Mhm. Because she's looking as well. She's single. I have to, the pastorship is just a title. You
Yes.
understand me?
Hmm.
She is flesh and blood just the same.
Yes.
I must speak about this particular one. And that is why it is important for you to set boundaries, right? This pastor, he divorced and, became single again. Now, he has been moving around like a snake under grass. So
Hmm.
he goes to one female, and that female, she stood her ground. He went playing around again with another woman because, church we're talking about.
Yep.
This pastor woman, she went and slept with him. Pastor, right up here, so in the US, right up here. And it so happened that him dropped the woman like a hot potato. And it so happened that it affected that pastor so much, the woman, that she called because she found out now about the other woman that he was dating, but he never get nothing from she.
Hmm.
And she she ended up in the hospital because of nerves breakdown,
Right.
because of that situation. And she told the lady everything.
Hmm.
You understand? And right now, the very man is married to somebody else. No, in a case like this, what do you do? Is one man, one man. And that is why it is important for us women to set
Boundaries
boundaries.
and do your research.
Yes,
We don't want to
because
know the
they
man.
will
You know,
not leave you.
Sister, Mother Wilby, you call the call using your studio phone, Mother Wilby, because you sound better there. She said, Rosie and Auntie, how about the people who don't have no one to guide you? And that is why it is important that we be such great example as wives, and teach the younger woman how to be good wives. That is a biblical principle that we are
Yes.
not activating. Here comes somebody else. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Auntie
No, you're
Donna.
going
Good
to have to
afternoon,
turn
Mr.
off your things
Rosie.
them. Turn off your things. Turn off your things them. Mother will be turn off the something them na man. Huh? You know better than that. Right. Right. So that is some biblical principle that is not being activated.
Yes. Yes. The church mothers, and, married women to guide the younger ones. It is very, very important.
Right. I know I see like I've had women come and said, Auntie Danny, your husband, make a good couple. I'm sure you get that too. And and I have to be honest and I tell you, so you think it's easy? It's not easy being a wife. Some wife just make it looks good.
Right. It's
Some
not
wife,
easy.
it's not easy, and don't go thinking that that marriage is perfect because some wife make it look so perfect. You understand? It is like a
Right.
full-time job that a lot of women don't want, and that's why there are so many divorce because they're
Exactly.
not willing to work it out.
Yeah. I told my husband this one thing. I said that if your relationship is not built on a strong foundation, it is going to fall.
Yeah.
Because if it is based on sex, that sex is going to get stale one day because
Ah.
we're used to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have anything else to stand on, it's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart.
Pretty soon, pretty quickly.
Yeah. And that is what a lot of young people are running down now. This sex, oh my God.
Mhm.
I want to have sex.
Yes.
Sex,
Mhm.
fulfillment. And
Right.
when that sex gets stale, you don't know the man, you don't know the woman.
Wow.
So there's nothing to stand on. So you have to take your time. It's not a
It's
rush thing.
important. It is
Yeah.
important. And there's so much level to this. What was the other part of the question? How do you deal with it? Did we talk about
Yes,
that?
we are some persons, yeah, how they feel about it and the implications of it. Because, as I said, Auntie Donna, a lot of people will not talk about it,
Yeah.
but because, all right, well, I have to draw back on my policing.
Okay, here she comes. Here she comes.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Auntie Donna. Sorry about that.
No man, I just say you for call me from all the time, man.
Huh?
You use this phone to call me all the time, all right?
All right.
All right, talk to me. Now, as a lady in her over 60s, how do you feel about husband wifing and wifing and wifing and husbanding?
Wife and a husband. Well, to how I feel with myself, if I married when I was 60 years of age, and regret because I was texting something when you said you should have somebody to really, you know, guide you, like have a meeting with some. But then I didn't even because I married at that age, and that age I could marry long before I decided I'm not going to get married because I don't like how people I see some men treat women and some women treat men. So I'm gonna live my life. Getting older and the grandkids them everybody they about them business. I said let me get somebody who if I'd marry them boy, I married to somebody who just for company and sake. Married to a older person that could almost be my father or could be my father 14 years old. But anyhow, I never I take a while to look and think and as I hear Rosy
Hold on,
B
Mother
said
Wilby. Hold on. Caller, could you kindly hold? Yeah, Mother Wilby, go ahead.
as I hear Roseby say something and it's very crucial, very important. When I hear she say that you should and you come on with the same thing too, you should take time. I did take time sometime. Maybe if I did even take 20 years, that person would be the same thing. Because if somebody can come settle down and look and the Lord show me signs and I look and I say, well, I can't believe this old person and singing viola and everything would be like that. But so anyhow, I go on until like the man, love the person and say somebody hold you and them you can even learn something from them. At that time they have nothing to give you to learn. You know what, look at what the person have, care about because you can help yourself. But at the same time, the thing what you want from the person is like both of you can at people of age and we're going to church. No, this is good. You love to sing and me a singer. We're going to sing and we're going to enjoy ourselves. But after a while, you find out that the person come differently with something else. But what I'm saying is, you don't have. I don't grow up to say as everybody here say all the while. I grew without parents, so I don't really grow around people that would show you certain things, and you have anybody to call and say let's come together and see if this good. At the time when you get to find out now, and you go to the family and everything, the man don't want to talk with nobody. He want to have him one way.
What
So
the
I
phone
say,
a hot up. Hold on a second. Hold on. Caller, could you kindly hold? Yeah, go ahead, Mother. Quickly, Mother
So,
Wilby. Make
so
we
I'm
take
gonna make
some
it
call.
fast and this. So this with me now with the wifeness and the husband business. If I had known now what I know now, I wouldn't look in anybody ugly face because when you do that and say you're married that you can have your company and you then can laugh and enjoy and keep you at the company. Sometimes that person want the same thing, but they don't want the same thing. They cannot live with you and this from it, say, I would never think about no married
Married
thing.
again.
Me tell you
All right.
something, some
Thank you,
fool.
Mother Wilby.
I
God bless
wouldn't
you.
think
Let me
about it.
hear what the other callers are saying. God bless
All
you.
right, thank you.
Yes. Caller, quickly, go ahead. Hello. Thanks for holding, caller.
Good afternoon again, Auntie Donna.
Yes, Uncle Trevor.
Um, in these days, in these last days, is you have children of God, men and women, they go in the church to say if they can find a wife or a husband. As the sister say, after they run their course outside, run all their course, right? And they can't find a wife or a husband in there, they turn to the church.
Got
But
you.
I don't go to church. I don't go to church to look a wife or whatever. I go to praise God. But for instance, if God choose a wife for me, fine. Right? I'm fine with that. But because I know that I am an old foal, an old rooster, I just won't keep my boundary.
So who tell you see a old fool? After Uncle Trevor, you don't look like no old fool. Who tell you see a old fool?
Because after you become a whole rooster and you can hardly crow.
Yes. God bless you.
It's not easy, you know.
God bless you, Uncle. Big up
God
yourself.
bless you, my sister.
All right. Wow, amazing. Is somebody's there? Hello? Yes, that's fine. Yeah. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, and you
Well,
see,
we
it
talked.
has not.
Let's go back to Mother Wilby conversation.
Yes, yes.
She's over 70. That's what I think I heard she says, and she married when she was 60, and that did not work. She married in her 60, and no, she wouldn't even looking at the man face. So, and he was an older man than her. And if she had known to wait a little longer, she would have never married to him. And that is why I tell
Hmm.
people, say, if you see somebody as spouse, have your closest person, vet the person, and be open
Yeah,
to it. Don't jump into bed. Bed, especially when you're over 60 and you're over 50, you don't have no time for jump in a bed for go old no man. Because first of all, when the childbearing days done. You understand?
exactly.
Wanna rush in a bed for. Wanna rush for try for prove. God knows that some of me you need on a walk on a we on something that for hold the thing tight. So therefore there's no rush. All older people need to stop to think about your rushing. You understand?
That's true. That's true.
Take your
Yeah,
time,
and
find
and and
conversation.
just to the age,
Yes.
she is that age, and she still
Come
find
on.
herself in a position. So just think about it. Don't rush.
Yes.
And maybe she wasn't even rushing because it sounded like she waited for a while before
Yes.
she got into it. So my suggestion is pray earnestly about it. Pray
One
earnestly.
thing I noticed that we say, Rosie, and it is important that we use the word in other context where we need to get results, right? Yes,
Mhm.
we can pray, but we need to have conversation with our potential spouse. A lot of persons don't talk. Only in a honeymoon before we even married. No.
True.
Do you want children? How you like it? Front way, back way, missionary praise and worship. How you want it? How often do you want it? Do you want it once per week, two per weeks, every month, or whatever? You need to ask these questions.
Questions, yes. Even your financial position as well.
How your credit,
Everything you need to
what your
ask.
credit score, what your credit score? Do you have any land run a back? You have any land run a country? All of these things. You need to have these conversation, ladies. You need to have something where you can work with and men. And like I was telling, I heard this from the pulpit, Rosie, where one preacher say, "You may married a girl with no cash, but if her credit is good, you may married a girl who have no cash, but with a good credit." Some of you woman, you mess up your credit. You mess up your credit. You need to fix some things before these men come into your lives.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rosie.
No, you're absolutely right. It takes a whole lot. It's not just, oh, I want to marry, I want to marry. You have to position yourself. You have women who can't even cook a good meal. You have to learn. You have to position yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about just pretty face, because a lot of pretty face women married and it no last either.
And some of them,
Because
they
it's not looks run
house.
things
You
anymore.
know, you marry this man. Oh, you want the big house and you can't even clean it. So you marry this man and buy this big house, give you. I know him. I forgot pay for your helper. Who go come in, come clean it, and bend over and clean the house in front of him while you gonna work.
Exactly. So you have to position yourself in the right way. But I know it's very difficult. I
Hmm.
would never tell anybody that, it's an easy road. Would you
Yeah.
say it's not an easy road? It's
You
not
know,
an easy road. And these are the realities that are happening in our churches. And as I said before in the earlier part of the broadcast,
yeah.
there's no easy fix to it either, because if the men are not there, they are not there. So
Yeah.
if you wish to take the chance, you know, it may work for you, it may not work for you. There are dating sites, there are other places, other churches you can go to, other places. You
Do you
meet
think that there's
people.
a fix to this though? And go to singles affair. Single women, there find yourself in the place that you need to be married. Find single seminars. Find place where single people gather. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, Auntie Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you see, well, I know in my case, I never do that to get because sex, me take out sex out of my brain from that time because me baptized from me at 35 years of age, and that's the first man I ever married to, and I stayed 35 years without even looking at a man. They look at me, but I don't look at them.
Mm.
And when I married, all what I'm married for is just companionship because my company was my grandkids. When they get bigger, everybody get bigger now. Everybody they bought them business, and even though my grandkids them was young that time, but them because of circumstances, I couldn't have them like every weekend again. And I sit there and I decide that I'm not gonna get married. And that man come and him say him need somebody to keep him company, and then with the company thing, as I say to you, the company thing is what just a companionship. For sex, me not look on them, the people who were done already at that time. The man was in his 70s, 72, and then done already 74, and him them reach a stage where them done out with sex already. So if his sex was doing, you would have never look married to him.
All right,
I'm not
mama.
looking things. I'm not looking sex because I could have helped myself, mind myself, and find me with everything that I need for
God
myself.
bless you. All
So
right.
therefore, it's not everybody do it for that. Some
Yeah.
people do for that, and some people do it for what the first time.
Absolutely. And I understand. Yeah, I
Yes,
totally
so
get you.
I do it just for company, but that's why here I say sorry I
Companion.
did married because then I still head up have to keep my own company, and I feeling better off right now, more free, more better, and more peace in my mind and contentment.
All
So
right. So singleness
you
is
know,
good for you. All right. God
so
bless you, Mother Wilby. Thank you
all
very
right,
much. God bless
all
you.
right.
Yeah, for some people, I don't know why people will have a problem with being single. Um, people who don't love themselves. That's why I encourage self-love, Rosie. Because
Yeah.
when you love yourself, you don't mind being by yourself.
All right. Another thing. I was looking for the video because I know I had saved it somewhere, but I just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
What she's saying, she's a young person. She's saying, "Oh, Christianity is so hard because she wants somebody to talk to when she
Lord,
come home."
Lord.
Yeah.
Me no wait until we have 5 minutes to go, the whole on start call. Wait you there. Call back, man. When she hang up. Call back,
Yeah.
darling. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She wants somebody to talk to if something happen. She want can say, husband fix this for me now, or babes fix this for me now. That's what she want to married for.
Yeah.
You understand me? But I'm saying to myself,
All right, here she comes.
sometimes,
Good
yeah,
afternoon and welcome. Hello?
Hello, Auntie Donna.
You better make it quick, because you sit on the gyrite and I wait for 5 minutes to call you.
Auntie Donna, yes. Good night, Rosey.
good
Good night,
night, good night.
Donna. Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Hello.
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes, I am a single mother. Go, yes, in church, in and out of church, yes. And when I want to find comfort, I go into church, yes. I don't have. I say I don't have a luck with man, so I don't push myself out with them. Yes,
Oh.
I do. I know get enjoyment. Yes, and I am not stifling my conscience. And out of the enjoyment, I get 6 kids, which I have a twin and I have 4 singles. Yes, 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 Auntie Donna. It's
We get to
been
knock out tonight.
it been rough, and it wasn't so nice growing up my kids them because I don't see I just don't have the grip where I
Alright, so
get
let me ask
pregnant
you.
and
Yeah. So let me ask you, as a
get
single woman, would
pregnant
you
and
want to be married a woman of a particular age? Would you want to be married? No.
I'm 69. No, 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 no.
No,
Back
so no
back then,
husband business. You lock shop and everything. If a man had
yes,
just pass
until
you,
then a long time me lock
you
me
lock
shop,
shop long time
long
and throw away
time.
the key. Then if a milk man
Long
just
time
come brush
from
up
in a
against you and say, baby, me
40.
like you.
No, from in a 40. Honestly, I go back to church. Yes, and I raise my kids them. And right now they are saying I am their mother and father. They don't want to hear about no father at all.
Wonderful. All right, well, we're running out of
My son
time.
here, his dad takes him here.
Yes.
But my other kids, I feel so bad. My three
That's
first
okay.
kids,
So we got to
he
go.
was a teacher.
Um.
He was a teacher. And until that at that time, I did name Joy. Everybody was Joy. Yeah, and I was looking so nice, you know.
Uh huh.
So I went back in the church, and my daughter is 28 years of age now, the last one. And amen. I locked my door and I took the key with me. I am okay and I am happy. I am blessed. I'm not saying sometimes I don't feel that I should have a companion,
Your
but
jumping jacks happen for with you still?
I try govern myself because I don't want to go there, here, and there. And you feel so small when you go around with
Yes.
your body.
All right,
You,
Sister
you,
Joy. Thank you
yeah,
very much. Point taken. Thank you very much for sharing. All
yes,
right. God
yes,
bless
I
you.
am blessed.
Amen. Amen. What if a people lock shop
Wow.
after certain times, Mother will be lock our shop and she go open it up and boy, the one who could open when she open up our shop, the shop catch a fire.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the different age groups are feeling the pinch,
Yes.
whether it's for companionship, whether it's for sexual pleasure, whether
And
it's you just want, some people just want to married like Queenie.
and the risk, lad, and the risk is just as much. The risk, no matter the age
Yeah,
group, it's the same
yeah,
challenges with human beings.
that's true. That's
Big
true.
sister Minister Ben, she said it's a wonderful program, and big up yourself, Minister Benz. Yes, man. So we have like 5 minutes to go. I think we should wrap it up right here. Let
Yeah,
each and every one of you know that we thank you for coming and for another Let's Talk episode. We will be back next time, and next time is next month. And next month I gonna start next week.
yes,
Next month.
yes,
All right. So
yes.
we will be back next month to continue conversations that Rosie deemed current, which is what. So I'm gonna turn it over to the one and only Rosie B for her to close the show as always and let you know we appreciate you. Over to you, Rosie.
Yeah, of course, I appreciate everyone that's on here and those who will be watching at a later date. Our topics is always having you in mind. The things that persons are afraid to touch, we touch it over here. I will keep it real and positive on Let's Talk. We thank you for being here. We thank you for keeping our company. We thank you for your comments. You make us laugh. You make us, I'm sure, persons learn from persons who call in and even text in. And those who, the silent listeners, I'm
Mhm.
sure you would have learned something from tonight because these topics are very real that we can all identify with. So
Yes.
come next month, God's will. You know, it's Child's Month. So we're going to deal with parenting. We're going to talk about kids, so, you know, different layers
Mhm.
throughout the month of May. So we want you to come back next week, armed and dangerous, with your comments,
And if
with
there's a
your
topic
voice
that you
notes.
want us to talk about, if there's an issue that
Yes.
you want us
Yeah,
to sit here and talk about, we're here as a community and we really want to be interactive with our audience. So if there's something that
definitely.
you want, feel free to reach out to Rosie or myself and just said, "I want to know on the views
Touch
of this. I
this.
want to know want to think about this,
Yeah.
and we'll definitely do our best to just keep it going. We're not expert. I am not expert. Rosie is experienced. You understand? Because she has been in that kind of work. So I'm no expert. Rosie's experience, and you could call her an expert in some of the issues that arises. And so we're here to just add what we have, what we have experienced, what we have learned over the years, and share it back with you. And we would want you to do the same for us, so that we too can learn
Learn.
from each and
Mhm.
every one of you. And for those of you who call in and share your personal stories, we are not taking it lightly. We appreciate the fact that you become transparent in front of us and in front of the world. We want you to know that we appreciate that in you. And, keep it locked on all of our platforms. And we will see you next time. God bless you as we go out this afternoon. So let me let Rosie out. God bless you, Rosie. Big up yourself, sister.
Thank you. All right.
Wonderful. Amen. 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 So we want to thank every one of you. 106.9 Positive Radio. As we get to the top of the hour, it is indeed a pleasure to serve the community and add value to our audience. And that is what we're here to do. I want to thank each and every one once again for calling in and participating, for sharing, or for letting people know. And I understand that you don't want to share us because you love us, you want us for yourself. You don't want no crowd over here, but we want to help more people. So call the people them in, share us so that them can come. I don't know, so on our foundation. You all a foundation, just share it out and make more people come. Interact so that people can find us on our channel. God bless you, everyone, as we end tonight's broadcast with love. So may God continue to bless you and keep you as we depart from each other's spaces. God bless you, everyone.
Anointed. Where is the love? Some churches today is like a gossiping center, not a place of worship. I wonder if them ever hear about the man them call me Brother Eli. Pastors beware, preachers beware. The end is there. Holy greed crushing the churches today. They are nothing but pimps and pimpers of the Bible. Beware, beware. Beware, the end is near. People of God, come, come, come as you are. Come, come, come to the Lord. Come, come, come as you are. Come, come.